Hey there everyone, and welcome back to another Aspect of the Week video. Here I'm going to share with you a few ideas about an aspect that has grabbed my attention this week. So the aspect that I'm looking at is Venus sextile Uranus, which is happening from 13 degrees Cancer to 13 degrees Taurus, and it's happening on Sunday, June 13. So there's a 13 repetition going on here. If you're enjoying videos like this, be sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. This video is a short extract of the types of videos that I share in my monthly astrology guide subscription. So if you like short, sweet, and succinct video content like this, pop over to my website, kellysastrology.com, where you can register for the membership. So Venus sextile Uranus, why did this aspect grab my attention? There is something playful and kind of energizing about Venus in aspect to Uranus, especially when the aspect is a supportive sextile that is activating but not overstimulating. So there's a quality of surprise, of excitement, of things moving quickly or getting faster, and to do with some of the pleasures and some of the precious people in our lives, because this is what Venus has a connection to. So let's talk first a little bit about Venus in Cancer. So Venus is in Cancer for most of the month of June, and this is a chance to perhaps beautify the Cancer part of your chart or to think about forming more nourishing relationships with people. Venus in Cancer is generally about that, but if you get really specific, you can think about what people might be connected to the topics of the Cancer part of your chart and how can you nourish and support those relationships or those people at the moment. So Venus in Cancer is very domestic and very nurturing. There's a real sense of wanting to create a safe place or a safe space, whether that's creating safety and security in your home, whether it's creating more nourishing bonds with other people. We want to nurture that which feeds us when Venus is in Cancer. There's a quality of protecting and looking after that which really nourishes us or that we kind of feel we need or we get a lot out of. Venus in Cancer does make me think about a domestic setting, but it won't necessarily be that for all of us. Some of us have Cancer in the career sector part of our chart, and so we might be nourishing our workspace or building relationship with peers, colleagues, or with our boss. Maybe we want to make the Cancer part of our chart more comfortable. So you could be splurging on a new bed or a new couch, or you could be upgrading your office chair or your desk or what have you. So think about comfort and security and safety as being priorities when Venus is in Cancer. Venus, well, not Venus per se, but Cancer does have a connection to the past. So you might be going back over things relating to important relationships or perhaps your family history. There is a cautious quality to Cancer. So Venus in Cancer, for the most part, is not a super risk-taking kind of placement, except when Venus is in aspect to Uranus. There, we're willing to take a risk to treat someone, to surprise someone, or maybe to add a little bit of excitement into an area of our life that maybe has become too safe and too kind of stable. Venus and Uranus together can also speak about breakthroughs of pushing through a fear or overcoming an attachment to the past. And this is very specific to Venus in Cancer making an aspect to Uranus in Taurus. Because Venus in Cancer can have, the past can have a real hold on her. She can be very sentimental or really want to hold on to memories or constantly talk about how things used to be. But Venus in aspect to Uranus is much more, Venus in Cancer has to pivot and look forward and think about where are we going? How are we going to get there? How can we stay together through changing circumstances? And Venus in Cancer sextile Uranus in Taurus is well placed to navigate unexpected developments, but we know that things are going to be changing in ways that maybe we hadn't planned on. So being a little bit flexible and figuring out how to stay in our vulnerable self without getting defensive when things change is going to be really important when Venus sextiles Uranus. Now, the whole time that Venus is in Cancer, we want to pay attention to what the moon is doing, because Venus in Cancer is guided by the moon. And so the moon moving through the different signs is going to make Venus in Cancer more cuddly and crave closeness, or maybe a little bit more independent. Now, at the same time that this Venus sextile Uranus aspect is happening, the moon is going to be in Cancer with Venus. So there's this real Taurus Cancer theme over the weekend of June 12th and June 13th. The other thing I wanted to say at the moment for Venus in Cancer, June 2021 style, Venus in Cancer is receiving a lot of protection from Jupiter and Pisces. There is a beautiful trine aspect, plus there is some lovely reception between Jupiter and Pisces and Venus in Cancer because they're in places of each other's exaltation. So there's a real rapport and a willingness to work together. And I think that Jupiter influence over Venus in Cancer is a further clue that this Venus aspect to Uranus can lead to a good outcome, even if it was surprising, unexpected, or last minute. So Venus sextile Uranus is about doing things differently. It's about experimenting. It's about trying something new. It's definitely about getting out of our comfort zone. And this feels almost like incongruous to say because Venus in Cancer is a gal all about her comfort zone. So how can we straddle that line between staying safe and sticking with things that we really cherish and love versus branching out a little bit? And even though most of the time Venus is in Cancer, you might want to stick with what you know, order your favorite thing off the menu, go to places that you know feed your soul, or just be with your favorite people. When Venus sextiles Uranus, this is a time for breaking out and breaking free. Order that dish that sounds crazy on the menu that you never thought you'd try, but you'll just give it a shot. Go somewhere new or different. And maybe you be a little bit more open to connecting with people that are different from the types of people you would normally connect with. Venus sextile Uranus has an inclusive quality where it is, if you like, open and accepting. There's this quality of, love comes in all shapes and sizes and variety, and there is no one size fits all. I think Venus sextile Uranus is a little bit about breaking down some of those myths or false expectations about what love should look like or how it should feel, and instead being a little bit more authentic to our own individual experience of what love looks and feels like, or the kind of love that feels most safe for us. So daring to own your authenticity in your pursuit of finding connection, closeness, and safety with other people is part of this Venus sextile Uranus aspect. Now, many of you are probably instantly going straight to romantic relationships, and there's a component of this aspect that's going to ask any of us in romantic relationships or dating situations to, break some of our own patterns that might be coming from fear. But this Venus sextile Uranus aspect about, just enjoying being genuine and true to ourselves and honoring the individuality in others applies to things like friendship and professional connections and family relationships as well. So let me know how Venus sextile Uranus is adding a little bit of excitement or energy or electricity to your experiences. As I said, it's happening from 13 Cancer to 13 Taurus on June 13. And this is the kind of video that I include in my monthly subscription. So if you'd like more videos like this, pop over to my website, kellysastrology.com, and sign up for that. But if you like this video and you just want to hang out here on YouTube, that's totally fine too. Like the video, click the button, and hit subscribe to my channel so you'll catch me next time. All right, team, I hope you have fun with this aspect over the weekend, and I'll be back with more soon. Until then, take care.